Yes, we are going to find out, Pili. It is going to be the first map here between Order and Chiefs. It's a little late, but thank you for sticking around as we now get underway with Dust2, the second match that we'll see on the A stream for the ANZ portion of Road to Rio. It's Chiefs and Order starting off on CT side here.
Yes, sir. So, Chiefs looks like they're just going to be going straight into this B bomb site. Valiant's trying to receive them with Alistair at car. Nice 2K from the man, already starting off strong, Jordan.
Indeed, and that's good to see. He's back in the server. Valiant's there helping him back on out as well. And it is just Apocdud left alive. A fairly lackluster pistol to start things off here for the Chiefs as they do drop it without picking up a single kill. Well done from Valiant to pick up the 3 and probably grabs the MVP here as well as a result. 1-0 though for Order, off to the races.
They are indeed. Often you won't see that additional player floating over towards car for the CTs. You'll just see the retake from the window position, see if you can hit 1 or 2 quick headshots, and then try to go for the rotate and retake by taking mid control and trying to flank through lower dark, etc. That time around, though, Order seemed ready for that pistol. They were just having those 2 players over towards the B bomb site, and it's worked out beautifully for them, getting them that early start that they're really looking for. Bit of a force buy out of Chiefs here. Handful of Deagles. Skull Hunter's got a negative. Okay.
This isn't what we expected to see from Chiefs.
I'm not surprised, to be honest. They got some players that, can be a little bit on the trolley side. But, if it's going to use it to spam away at those mid doors, maybe it's a thing. But in general, is this really the opponent you're bringing a negative out against?
No, probably not.
Gotta ask if that's a misbuy, to be honest.
Maybe we'll get the opportunity. We probably will end up lining an interview up with Chiefs and Order after this game, regardless of how the result does end up going. It's going to be really tough to find an entry there for Skull. Obviously, the first bullet accuracy, not particularly famous for the Negev. Hugh, however, with the Deagle, is going to do a pretty good job. And, oh, he's got another one onto Valiance. Can you believe it? It's all starting to happen right now for Chiefs. This is just unreal. Skull, he's got himself a headshot with the Negev. It's actually happening. Chiefs are going to win the round. And what on earth has happened there for Order? Alistair's thinking, guys, come on, team. You know, why is this happening to me? 1 on 5, he's got 17 HP. You might as well just chuck that M4 out of the way and hope that Chiefs aren't going to be able to find it. So, what a ludicrous looking round that was.
Yep. I mean, he's made the negative work. Definitely helps out when Hugh's just going to run out mid and 1D 2 people. That is a man that we really want to see step up here, and I think he has been able to throw that M4 out of the map.
Yeah.
But obviously, Alistair's gone down.
It was actually not out of the map. He threw it up onto short. Apocdud did end up finding it.
Oh. Very nice.
So that's good news for Chiefs.
Look at this. This is premium stat. You love to see it. Just running out mid, 1D'ing people. So yeah, there you go. Chiefs, they've reset Order. They're going to have to take a force buy here. Got 2 5.7s, handful of Deagles and light armor. Chiefs need to make sure that they aren't tripping up to something like that. And that is a bloody good start from Maker, making the scout look very, very dangerous there. Just runs out long. Picks up Ustillo with a headshot through the wall.
Yeah, I think Apocdud also got a scout kill in the last round, so it seems like the scouts are out in force today for Chiefs. Order have put the pistol armor buy into this round, so they have a little bit to play with. But Short is looking fairly susceptible right now. Not a whole lot of presence there from the CT side, as Chiefs will start to work their way up in that direction. Slow and steady wins the race here for Chiefs. They don't want to be running into anything too untoward.
Just taking their time. They've got that short control. Waiting for Order to make a mistake, basically. Just giving them enough rope to hang themselves with, essentially. There's the pretty standard smokes that we do see on Dust2 nowadays. Flashes over towards Goose side and towards ramp to be able to push the CTs back. Very nicely thrown execute there. Unfortunately, Alistair's found himself a headshot angle. Nicely traded back by Hugh. So very methodical working through the map and good execute, good use of utility from Chiefs very early on here on Dust2. Love to see it, Jordan.
Do indeed. Order not going to take too much through from this round. Just a couple of Deagles, a bit of armor there as well. It's not really the start that Order would have wanted. I'm not too concerned for them at the moment, though. I think they're still pretty solid of a roster to be able to bring this half back under their control. But, you know, first couple of gun rounds, always going to be important here, and we'll see what Chiefs can get done in that first 1 or 2 gun rounds. I think is going to be really critical in this matchup to, you know, get Chiefs off onto the right foot here. It is Dust2, it's their own map choice. They've done a good job to bring things back after losing the pistol, but it's also going to be important to kind of continue to put that pressure onto Order and ensure that their economy doesn't quite build up where it needs to.
Yeah, they're going to take a bit of a save there. So we will see how that works out for them. If they can do any kind of damage to the economy, that would be great. As Chiefs are, after winning that second round, off to a pretty damn good start there, Jordan. Would like to see that execute come out again in the future. Just going up onto Catwalk. Jira, he's got Deagle and armor. We'll see if he is going to do any damage. He would be the main man to do it, I think.
Well, Gyra's already lost a fair chunk of his HP, so he has given that Deagle back over to Ustillo, who's full on HP. Unfortunately for Ustillo, he doesn't have the armor, and Hughes walked all the way into the B-bomb side here. He's going to get a free one onto Valiant, then another onto Ariki. Has spotted out Alistair there as well by the looks of things. Certainly aware that there was another player hanging around on the B-bomb site. So a little bit of a heavier stack over towards the B-bomb site. Doesn't quite work out for Order. It's a fairly cut and dry round really for Chiefs. They've just worked their way around the map quite comfortably, and not that much that Order can really do about it with only the pistols. And not even really strong pistols. It was just USPs.
5 alive for Chiefs. Look at their cash already, Jordan. 2k to 5k in the bank across all of the players. That definitely doesn't help. Nice little 1 dig from Ustillo. Will be hunted down by Hugh, but great crosshair placement. Spams away with the Deagle. That's 2 frags taken away. What looked like a flawless round has just become much more expensive for Chiefs. And not only that, they've given an AK over to Ustillo, who we know is a little bit of a beast on this map. Can definitely be boosted up short and start to go for some 1-taps.
Yeah, so that's about as much as you can really hope for out of that round as Order. This will be their first buy round, though, in the half. Ustillo is going to drop an M4 over to Ricky by the looks of things there. I think Ustillo will be hanging on to the AK. Everyone else purchases up. Rifles, of course. No money for the AWPs just yet, but keep your eyes on that because the double AWP, very much something that we saw Order trying to implement yesterday against Renegades, even on a map like Inferno. So that'll certainly be something that gets pulled out when the economy allows it.
All right, forcing their way out long. Skull getting out there, but immediately shut down. Alistair taking out Skull and APOC, and that has been completely destroyed by Order.
Yeah, well, just proving exactly why Alistair doesn't necessarily need an AWP in his hands to cause a problem for Chiefs, who will start working their way into mid. That's where Hugh has had a bit of success looking for entries thus far. But with a couple of players over on the B-bomb side, a fair bit of utility here as well. Valiance is going to just pop flash himself out into mid, and he nearly gets all 3. Ricky's, of course, good enough to get the trade there on Jinx, who was pretty low on HP. But that's a really, really solid round for Order, and that's why I've sort of been a little bit hesitant to celebrate the success so far of Chiefs, because really it has to come in the gun rounds here against Order, otherwise it's all for naught.
It does. So luckily enough for the Chiefs, they have been able to keep their economy healthy enough to be able to continue to buy forward. But Order, that is a very solid gun round from them. Nice tag on the cross from APOC Dud. Like you said, he's in very good form at the moment, and that's definitely going to be helping Chiefs going forward. Ricky already shot down to 13 HP. Long control established by Order once again, and Alistair's got his hands on the AWP. Chiefs, what's the go-to here so far? Very slow and methodical, moving through the map, waiting for any kind of pushes on the extremities towards long A, towards B tunnels. Flashbang out mid is going to send Hugh and Skull to apply some pressure, try to catch one of these CTs in transition. And it's looking like Chiefs are sizing up for a mid to B.
Mid to B seems to be something that they have been liking so far in this matchup against Order. Not a whole lot of presence toward A so far from Chiefs. Ricky and Valiance have certainly been having their fair share of work to do. Jinx throws that molly right deep into the site, and that's going to be problems for Ricky. Valiance does get one there on the entry, but it's not enough. Oh, man. Clean from Chiefs, and that molly really was the problem, I think, there for Ricky. If he's able to sit behind the box still, at the back of sight. He might have had a better fighting chance there, but pushed out into no man's land. Easy to deal with for Chiefs, and an immediate save called by Order. Not a huge surprise really there. It's nice to see Chiefs picking that round up comfortably, because it is sort of a bit of the yin to the yang based on the previous round, which Order also grabbed really comfortably. So as of yet, still difficult to get a good read on where these two teams are sitting at the moment.
Yeah, so that was a great strat out of Chiefs, keeping things nice and simple. A pop flash out middle, and then they just wall of smoke across CT spawn. It really cuts the map in half, and as soon as they're able to take out Valiance and Ricky, the round's pretty much over, Jordan. There's not really a whole lot that you're going to be able to do from that position if you Order, so you pretty much just have to go and save your guns.
Still no AWP. Not for Order, at least. Apoc Dud has picked one up. Oh, actually, Alistair's got one there. So, didn't notice that. But what I was going to say is still fairly relevant, in that the fact that Chiefs now have got themselves an AWP, if Order do win this round, there's a good chance that Order will be interested in picking that second one up as well. This time it's just a 4-1 split. Only the single player over towards B. A lot of utility used early on there. Well, not a lot really. Alice has actually only chucked in his incendiary. Now the smoke going down as well. So he's essentially got a lot of value out of that, as the rest of the players on Order take control of long. They do give up short, and Chiefs are taking that area of the map.
Yeah, this is a great T side from Chiefs so far. You can just see, obviously, they haven't been able to get that long control, but instead they've just immediately gone for short. Boost up on Ricky very early on from Valiance. You'd love to see it. A little bit of adaptation. Order knows that mid to B was just a little bit too easy for Chiefs to run in that last round, and very, very successful. And Chiefs, this is the third different variation. We've seen them the short execute. We've seen the mid to B. This time they're going to go for a delayed long take, it looks like. Apoc Dud getting ready with some utility to send these three out, and it's going to be a lot of pressure on Gyro. Ustilo's got some flashbangs there over towards Car side, which he can throw out to support his teammate.
Well, Gyro fully flashed at the moment, not having a good time. Does peek on up and dealt with accordingly by a Maker, who continues to spray into the smoke. Important frag for Ustilo to find there, though. Does keep the control on the A bomb site. And Chiefs now with 30 seconds, yes, they've taken long, but they have so much more ground to cover to actually get into the site itself. And of course, a quick rotation is going to be called across here from Order, who look well set up to deal with this. Ricky hides behind the smoke, gets flashed out a couple of times. We'll see Ustilo fall, but if he gets the timing right through the smoke here, it'll be problems for Chiefs. He does not, though, and Maker gets his second for the round. The only way this goes to Order is if Alistair hits the no-scope there on the jumping AWP shot, and even then, he had to survive for another 8 seconds or so, which would have been unlikely in itself. 5-2 now for Chiefs, and this is where we can solidly say Chiefs are now on top on Dust2.
And that's just like Maker being underappreciated. He's really just sitting in those long hut area, waiting for the flashbangs to come out, playing anti-flash. As soon as they do come out, you can see Gyro's ready to peek into both of those two players coming towards his position at long pit there. And they are both flash, but Maker has been playing anti-flash the whole time. The second he peeks his head up, he's immediately taken out, and Maker basically saves his two teammates from being able to get multi-fragged off the back of that flash coming in from Ustilo. So that's excellent work from the man. Now Chiefs going to run this anti-eco straight into the B-bomb site.
It really seems like they've done their homework here. All of their anti-ecos have looked good so far. Not a single Order player on that B bomb site. I'm a big fan of Maker, to be honest, Pilski. About as big of a fan as Ricky is of the Zeus. Have you noticed? He buys it almost every single eco round. This is actually working out okay for Order. They found a couple of picks. Skull is stabilizing, though, and it's all onto Ustilo, who is kind of isolated in the middle of 3 Chiefs players, so he'll go down. Look, a couple of kills there for Order. It's nothing to really write home about, but still keeping Chiefs honest. The unfortunate reality is, though, that Chiefs are now up 6-2, so even if you are getting 1 or 2 picks here on an eco as Order, you're not really causing all that much economic damage, so they're going to have to win quite a few solid gun rounds in a row before Chiefs are going to have a poor economic situation. And quite frankly, with the way that the money works these days, it's unrealistic to expect that Chiefs are going to be broke for, you know, the next 3 or 4 rounds even.
That's right. So we do have a tack timeout coming out from Order. Chiefs have just shown us so many different variations so far of how they've been playing. They've gone for the cat execute. They've gone for a mid to B. They've gone for a delayed long take. That round, they just ran an anti-eco into B. they've pretty much done almost like every different variation of strat that you can do so far. So you can see they're feeling very, very confident in their T side so far, and Order's really struggling to find an answer for it. This would be the opportunity for Order to try to adapt and do something a little different. They are going to be able to put another buy on the board. So let's see if they're going to be successful here, because it looks like Chiefs has a very, very deep strat book at the moment. They're going to be able to throw whatever they want at Order, and it's up to Order to try to deal with it. This time around, looking like a very fast group up in tunnels. You can see Apoc done already ready with some flashes here. Valiant's going to have to hold this one down in combination with Ricky on the AWP.
Skull looking to move quickly, but Valiance has that M4A1S in hand. We saw what he could do with it yesterday, not showing that brilliance today. The AWPs, though, are kind of going to town onto Chiefs, and they're not able to progress forward quickly enough. A great double peek there between Ricky and Alistair, assisted by the flash of Gyra. And Maker walks into the A-bomb site to no real avail, as he is on his own, does not have a bomb available. And Order finally are able to break that drought of rounds, and it's off the back of the double AWP, something that I mentioned earlier on in the half was an option for Order. And the first time we see it pulled out, it's actually worked perfectly for them.
It has. So we will see if Maker can do any more damage. Every single kill that he gets on the CT economy is really going to have a pretty big impact on Order. Order want to keep all 4 of these guns alive. Looked like Order were quite ready for that B hit. Valiant's just playing anti from Car, being able to take 1 frag, but it's not just that 1 frag that really is the big thing for Order there. It's the fact that he's able to draw so much aggro that it creates space for Ricky to peek out window, get himself a kill. Alistair has rotated over with his other AWP peeking out door, and every single time that these guys are able to line up a shot, they are able to connect, and that's just another Cheeks player dealt with as the numbers start to dwindle for them. And Order's able to come away with that one, so very well done from those lads.
Good consolidating round for Order. But the money's still there for Chiefs, and that's the difficulty we talked about. Being on the CT side of any map these days can be a bit rough unless you're winning multiple rounds in a row and really building up a super strong economy.
There you go, nice little counter flash from Gyro, who's rotating over from A. Just allows another re-peek, 3 different opportunities that the AWPers were able to come in now. A bit of a fight over long pretty early on here. Chinks getting his way out. More and more flashes being rained out. He's still it's a 1-for-1 for him. Jinx is actually still in the pit, though.
Yeah, it seemed like Valiance didn't get that comms early enough, and he does eventually swap his aim over. It's just a bit too late. Apoc done. Saves Hugh.
Again, just great teamwork from Chiefs. Apoc this time, anti-flash behind the blue bin. The second that counter flash does come out, the aim duel should have gone the way of the Order player, but Apoc Dud saves his teammate.
And Skulls walked all the way in through B and just binks Alistair in the head. That's a free kill. Man, this is vintage Chiefs. This is the Chiefs that we saw towards the end of 2019 and at the very start of 2020, where we really started to get excited about the roster and started to say, hey, they could be a real challenger. And right now, they're kind of resurging.
They are. So it's just going to be Ricky trying to hold onto his AWP. Chiefs now just getting the bomb down. Should be pretty much straightforward what's going to happen here. Pretty easy for Chiefs to be able to take this one out.
Yeah, Ricky will just try and save the AWP here. The money's actually still a bit lackluster for Order, so actually could be pretty instrumental if he is able to keep the AWP alive.
So I really like this mid to B that we saw the other round. Apoc Dud is just going to be popping Humongous and Skull out middle there. So now we're going to have a look at this little angle here. Just going to creep out middle. They're looking for any kind of picks, and then they're going to set up this wall of smoke on mid to B. This was quite a while ago, round number 6. And there you go. Wall of smoke's being thrown out. They're going to molly and flash behind that and just commit to this mid to B split. It's just going to be Valiant's left alone here with Ricky as well on this B site, and they're just, as soon as they're dead, you can see the rest of Order is pretty much on the other side of the map, and there's not really much they can do from this position. You can just see that wall of smoke in the middle of the map cuts it in half, and yeah, they really can't do anything once those two players go out on the B side of the map. Meanwhile, you do have on the main screen, Apoc Dud's got another pick outside long, so things just going great for Chiefs. You can just see how many different variations of strats they're able to execute here on Dust2, Jordan. You can see this is why they picked this map.
Yep.
You know, we had their doubts. We had our doubts. We had some questions of inconsistency, but they seem really, really well prepared. They seem like they got all their ducks in a row.
Yeah, I have to say this is the best looking game I've seen from Chiefs in quite a while, quite a long time. So I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing here. Look, we've only seen 10 rounds though, so let's just not count our chickens before they hatch. It's gonna have to be 2 or 3 really good maps from Chiefs to get the better of Order in this series. And while they're doing a good job so far, who's to say that it is going to last? For now, Chiefs are getting the bomb down on A. They've got another early pick in the round, and so this T side is being really well constructed as Apoc Dud continues to watch for any push through the long doors.
He's just mollied short, and then he turns around and he's holding down Ustillo. So not only is he stopping Alistair and Valiance from pushing up onto that A site, he's also locking down the flank.
Well, still, did in the end get out of the long doors, but Apoc Dud finishes him off. And the thing about these rounds that I'm really enjoying, actually, as far as Chiefs is concerned, is that they're not even really looking that close. Like, when Chiefs is winning a round, it's not coming down to the late round, it's not coming down to clutches, it's not coming down to Apoc Dud needing to find 3 or 4 crazy, unbelievable kills with the AWP, which is sometimes the way Chiefs really find a lot of their rounds. But this is kind of just methodical. This is them outstratting Order, getting into the right positions, finding the right timings, and Chiefs is looking phenomenal as a result.
They are. So there you go. There was the opening pick on the side of Chiefs in that game, in that round rather. And another nice shot from the man. Very sharp with that AWP. Looking like Chiefs going to be forcing their way out long yet again. Order, a bit of a half buy. Alistair's still got his hands on that AWP. Valiance has still got that Famous that he saved. A couple of upgraded pistols. Could be a recipe for success for Order, but I feel like at this point they've kind of been left reeling. Chiefs this is too much variation on this T side. You can't prepare for all these different approaches. You can never really read what they're going to be doing in any given round. They can turn a 1-3-1 into any different variations of strats. You can see they've gone for that delayed long hit before. They've gone for a mid to B. They've gone for a catwalk execute. From that 1-3-1, from that default, they can pretty much do whatever they want, and they can make them all look the same at the start of the round, so there's not much for Order to really go off of. Like Chiefs trying to get their 9th round on the board. A very solid, very successful T side, and this is the scary Chiefs that we wanted to show up to this game. I feel like the only way for Order to really respond is they can't focus too much on trying to predict what Chiefs is going to do. I really feel like they need to take initiative in this game and go out there and try to find themselves an advantage early on.
Well, there's just one such example of that. Ricky flashing down long, and that allows Alistair to take one of those peaks. And now Ustillo on a bit of a push forward here in the upper tunnels. There's a few players headed in his direction. Ustillo, can he make something happen? With that Deagle, it would have been pretty magical if he just got all 3 of them. Now it's Gyra's turn. There is a low HP player that's dealt with effectively, but then so too is Gyra as he's traded down by Jinx. Not too bad of a round here for Chiefs. Again, it's okay for them to be losing guns on these entries to the bomb sites because they are really swimming in cash at the moment, and they're up now probably 9-3 on the T side of Dust2. So putting together a very nice first map here.
They need every round that they can get. Order is definitely a team that you can't give too much room to breathe. So hopefully they can lock down the rest of this round. I don't think Valiance is going to be retaking the B bomb site with a Famous. Probably more so just looking for some exits. So in this next gun round here, Jordan, I really want to see more of that from Alistair. Nice little exit onto Apoc Dud, taking another gun off of Chiefs. You can see like 3k in the bank across their team. That's going to turn into like 5k, 6k. They're going to be pretty rich at this point, so they're not too upset that they've lost a few of those guns. They don't really have any loss bonus to speak of though, so if Order can string together a couple of good rounds towards the end of this half, maybe, you know, Chiefs might miss a couple of grenades in that last round, but apart from that, I mean, it's not really going to be much of a problem for Chiefs. So Order, here's the timeout. I really think the correct approach here is you probably just got to have the AWPers get aggressive. I reckon I want to see maybe someone go towards B tunnels with an AWP and get on an aggressive angle. Send Alice there wherever the hell he wants. Maybe even just boost Utilo up catwalk and let him try to see what he can get done.
Just want to see someone let loose on order is the TLDR.
Yes.
Maybe.
Because they can't be reactive here. Chiefs is always just one step ahead. They've got too many different variations. I feel like at this point, exactly like what they were talking about in the interview. Just play their game.
Yep.
Try to get some rounds towards the tail end of this half because I feel like they've always just been one step behind Chiefs.
Yeah, look, if they can bring this back to a 9-6, I think that's still probably a salvageable map for Order. Obviously, depending on a few caveats, maybe a pistol goes their way in the second half. That would certainly help. Chiefs are pretty quickly out long this round. In fact, it's just Jinx. So the rest of them will progress through mid into short, and there's instantly some answering utility. Very nicely placed utility there, actually, from Order. The double molly and then a nade goes in as well, so a bit of a tickle onto Maker and Skull Hunter. And look at this. This is the adaptation and the change up from Order that I think you were looking for, Pilly.
They needed to do this as well. They don't have any control of long or any control of catwalk, so it's only a matter of time before the sandwich comes in from the Chiefs players. But this double flank coming out of Order could be the difference maker, Jordan.
I wonder if Jinx is ready and waiting. Not quite ready enough. He did flick across, but Gyra deals with him.
Are they going to mid to be it? Look at this adaptation out of Chiefs. This is the perfect call in this situation. They're just going to hard run towards that B bomb site.
Wow.
And now it's going to be a 5-on-4 retake for Order. Looking at their utility, Valiance is the main man with that, and he's actually towards middle. So if he goes towards tunnel, then he could definitely use some of that pretty proficiently. Now starting to jump across. There's no smoke on the cross, but luckily Chiefs are going to get this bomb down. But there's plenty of time for this retake for Order, Jordan.
Yeah, but not plenty of utility. Just a couple of flashes of smoke and a molly. Maybe that's enough. Valiant's going to start chucking that in. The molly, waiting for the smokes and the flashes. Once the flashes start to fly, that's when Order is going to look for those entries. Apocdud's done a pretty good job of clearing out Upper Dark, so he'll provide himself a little bit of time before he has to turn back and make sure that Gyra is not pushing in. Maker starts off nicely with a kill onto Ustilo as Order enter the site. Here comes a couple of trades back from Order. It's all onto Hugh in a 1-on-3, but that bomb is ticking mighty quickly. Valiance does go down, but Hugh, he can't deny the defuse. Gyra covers off nicely, and that'll be the round for Order. A very well executed retake and a CS Nerds perfect round, really, that was, wasn't it?
Yeah, good adaptation out of Order. Good response from Chiefs as well. I mean, obviously, the situation that Order were in, if they had just sat there and let that split come in, there's a very, very low percentage they're going to win that. They're all stuck, all of the A players on that A bomb site. They've got no long control. They've got no catwalk. It's just a matter of time until they get sandwiched. So you do see the flank come out from Order. And as soon as Chiefs sees that B players flank come in, they do just straight away adapt. Oh my God.
I don't know that this is going to work out too nicely for Chiefs. A bit of a messy spray from Valiant, but he does get enough damage in there. And Maker will finish off the damage that Valiant started. That is a bit of a wonky round from Chiefs, unfortunately.
Interestingly enough, they are pretty broke here, Chiefs, just due to not having the loss bonus. But it's not just that. You saw the Molotov being thrown towards Car there for Order. That's sort of to trick those upper players into thinking that it's the standard Molotov being thrown towards the entrance, and then the CTs go into B tunnels and actually catch them off guard. So the plan there for Order was aggression in the tunnels, and it kind of worked out against the B rush as well, because they're just getting in the face of Chiefs before they're ready to take those duels. They might have their knives out. They might not just be focusing too much on their screen before they get ready to come into those angles there. So the fact that you do just have a CT, you know, in theory, it shouldn't be good to wide peek into 4 terrorists, but in that situation, it's the perfect time to do it because you're just going to spray down a bunch of people who are not ready for you.
Yeah, a little birdie called MC tells me that Chiefs there had basically the perfect B spawns as well.
Yes.
So partly the reason why they would have decided to go for a rush like that, but it seems to have come unstuck for them. Still, Skull has managed an entry. Alistair, a collateral, though, over toward the B side of the map, and that really is what Order needed to keep them pretty comfortable in this round. Flash will go right in the face of Ricky, so Maker is able to collect the bomb and go straight into the B bomb site. And in fact, this actually doesn't look too bad for Chiefs right now.
Into the 2-on-2, pretty good utility here for Order. Gyra's got a decent flank over towards tunnel. Pretty standard crossfire between car and under window from these players on Chiefs.
Maker falls to Gyra early on in the piece. So Apocdud is going to have to do it himself here. 1-on-2 with an AK, not his favoured weapon of the AWP, of course, but Gyra doesn't properly check, and Apocdud will deal with that comfortably. Pops up, really locates his position, and Ricky goes down. A fantastic first half in the end there from Chiefs, as they do find it 10 rounds, against Order. You'd be happy with that, I would say, as Chiefs. But there is still more to be told in this story as we head into the second half. Time for a quick break, but the Chiefs, up on 10 rounds, are looking like they might want to finish this one off pretty quickly.
Seems like I can't get away from the hot sun. Always night and never day. Even when I wash the floor, the dust still comes. Keep on hunting for the bread. No matter how lost, need no light, no spark. I'm in line mode. With my eyes closed, I can see in the dark. I'm a quiet storm. Far from calm, I know you feel me, brother. Seems like I can't get away from the hot sun. Always night, it's never day. Even when I watch the floor, the dust will come. Keep on hunting for the prey. No matter how lost, need no light, no spark. I'm in line mode. With my eyes closed, I can see in the dark. I'm a quiet storm. Far from calm, I know you feel me, brother.
Well, Dust2 was the map of choice by Chiefs in this best of 3 against Order, and we did question why they chose Dust2 as opposed to any of the other strong maps in their pool, because, Dust2 is a bit up and down at times for Chiefs, but I think the results here on the scoreboard would go to show exactly why. It's 10-5 right now for Chiefs over Order. Hugh had a great first half, 16 and 9, putting in a lot of the hard yards for the Chiefs roster. But 10-5, not a bad shout to go into the second half with. That said, they do move on to CT side. Order perhaps going to feel a little bit more comfortable here on T, and I'm not sure it's just a foregone conclusion yet.
Chiefs have definitely shown that they are keen and eager and well prepared coming into this match up against Order, and they've got themselves a 10-5 advantage. So I'd say that half has gone basically to expectations of the Chiefs heading into this game. But that, like you said, doesn't guarantee that they can convert this into a win. Now moving on to their CT side, they've got to be able to react to Order as effectively as they possibly can. So the ball's really in Order's court to be able to take some initiative and put this game back into competition, I suppose.
Well, you can see how the GG bet odds do swing pretty substantially off the back of that. Either way, we're heading into the pistol round, and Chiefs, if they do pick this one up, are going to put themselves in really a very, very good position. I'm not going to say it's an unlosable position because, of course, this is Counter-Strike and anything can happen. But if they pick up the pistol round here, it's going to be a very, very incredibly difficult grind for Order to win the map from there.
Yep, so let's see. Alistair going to be throwing over a smoke to Xbox from T-Spawn. That's going to allow these lower players to start to make their way towards Catwalk or mid. Rest of Order grouped up in towards Long Heart. You will see them making their way out there at some point. Chiefs looking like they've got a bit of a setup. More so leaning towards Long, playing retake on Catwalk. Apoc Dud got some counter flashes ready for his teammates should this long hit come in from Order, which it almost certainly will any second.
Yeah, not just one teammate, but two. Stat posted on the line maker there as well to help him out. And off the back of this flash, they'll have a little bit of a peek in, see that Order hasn't actually gotten out yet. And so Maker will continue to move his position close to the bedroom doors. This is a massive crossfire setup for Order to deal with, and surely it won't go well. The second flash comes through. Maker, Hugh, they make good use of it. And Apoc Dud gets himself a couple of nice assists there, not to mention a kill as well. They found the bomb, so Yustillo and Valiance have been successful in getting onto the A bomb site, but it's not really going to do Order all that much good. Just a really, really solid setup from Chiefs. A very nice crossfire at the long doors on the bomb site, and
19 for 9.
There
Hughes
you go.
having one of these games.
yeah.
Good old start. This is exactly where you'd want to see him be stepping up. And we've seen him have massive games on Dust2 in the past as well, so it's not even that surprising, really.
Yeah. I don't think you can call him Stat anymore, by the way. He's had the name updated on HLTV, so it's all but official now.
No! Now I have to say humongous.
No, just say Hugh.
Hugh. All right.
Call him Hugh Jass. How about that?
Didn't really land. Anyway, forced by out of Order. Like you said, I mean, losing that pistol is definitely going to put them in a very difficult position. So why not try to cut a corner to be able to get your way out of a difficult spot? Progression smoke being lined up there by Alistair. Up onto Catwalk, but the rest of Order are grouped up in B tunnels, so more than likely this is going to be some utility thrown towards A, try to draw out a rotation, and then maybe quickly go for that mid to B play. You can see already Chiefs, they're ready for it. They're pretty convinced that this is going to be a mid to B. If they come up Catwalk, then they are just going to be playing retake on A. It's actually going to be a drop into CT, it looks like, from Order. No, they're actually hard committing to A.
They're really, really trying to sell this fake, aren't they? But Chiefs are not rotating off the B site at all. Maybe that's to their detriment because Order's now saying, hey, we've actually got the A bomb site. You guys can just run across here. Oh, that's a big pick as well from Valiant onto Apoc Dud, but it's quickly brought back by Chiefs, and maybe it won't matter in the end if Ricky, holding onto the bomb, can't even get into the site. He does eventually manage to chuck that over to his teammates. Pop flashes himself back onto short and keeps Chiefs at bay. It's a 4-on-3 for the retake though, so it may not end up being too poor of a situation here for Chiefs.
Chiefs are very grouped up in middle, but they've chosen to readjust their setup and go through long. They've got a hell of a lot of rifles. Hugh throws out the flash and the retake onto the site begins.
Jinx hasn't spotted anyone just yet, and they've actually cleared out short, or at least as far as they suspect they have. That's going to be the perfect timing for Jinx to come on in and finish off a final frag. Skull got himself a couple there as well. So all's well that ends well for Chiefs. They do allow Order to get the bomb plant down, which is obviously not perfect, but as far as they're concerned, not a bad round at all, keeping all, well, 4 guns alive.
Yep, and now Order, they're probably going to have to take another save, maybe a half buy, upgrade some pistols before they head into the next round. And if Chiefs is able to deal with that, you're looking at 13-5. 16-6 in the favor of Renegades on that first map. Going straight to expectations, I would say. As for Chiefs, though, hell of a game they're showing us here, Jordan. They are looking like they're making all the right moves.
I think so. Pistol and armor buy here for Order. They really want to keep Chiefs' economy honest. Alice is the only one that doesn't really have too much to his name. It's a quick mid to B from Order, but I'm not sure how well that is going to go. Jinx holding strong with an MP9. He's helped out by Skull Hunter, who's actually, well, on for the ace. He's run out of ammo, gets finished off by Jyra. A little unfortunate there, not quite the fanfare that he would have liked in the end of the round, but in reality, I'd say Chiefs are probably pretty happy with proceedings. Regardless, As long as Gyra isn't able to get, I'd say even more than one more kill. Like if he gets one more, that's okay. You probably just keep those 3 rifles through. He throws the FAMAS off the edge of the map. So that at least won't be upgradable for Jinx. Honestly, wouldn't be too surprised to see Jinx just hold on to that MP9 next round either way. Gyra throws a flash on in. He'll be finished off. Lots of money there for the Chiefs.
Look at the discipline out of Chiefs at the end of that round. Like, you know, not taking him for granted. Making sure they keep those 4 guns up.
Oh, actually, interestingly enough, Chiefs have fully upgraded. I just saw before we went into the replay there.
Very
Double AWP is what they bought.
Okay.
So they're not going for any sort of semblance of a bonus round or anything like that. Oh, just a single AWP. Maybe I'm going crazy. Either way. Jinx did end up buying for APOC Dud. And the only substandard weapon really here is the MP9. So it's actually looking like a pretty solid buy for Chiefs.
And that is the B player. You can definitely use it in those close quarters duels quite effectively. Looking like it's going to have to be the case for Jinx, as he has been left alone for the time being.
Yeah.
Skull has joined him on that side of the map with the A1S, and the push into long doors from Hugh has given Chiefs quite a lot of information, and Order will have no idea that they have that.
Definitely wouldn't want to be solo holding the B site with an MP9. But things looking a little bit more solid now for Chiefs, as you mentioned, with that information over on A long. Really not going to be getting anything over there, and so Maker sets himself up in mid. APOC Dud keeps an eye on the A bomb site, and it seems like Chiefs have got all of the weaknesses shored up.
Order take control of Catwalk. It's a retake setup once again from the Chiefs. They seem pretty comfortable to allow these Catwalk hits to come in and complete those retakes. They look damn good coming out long last time against the Force Spy. So very controlled, very good teamwork, all on the same page to be able to complete these retakes, and they're going to have to be. Molotov might slow this one down a little bit longer, as Order itching to get up Catwalk. APOC Dud looking to try to get 1 to 2 picks before they cross to the site.
Well, no smoke at all for Order, and you know what that means. APOC Dud has free shots as they cross into the site. He'll relocate all the way down.
Interesting that he doesn't take another shot. He's just happy with that first kill, gets out of dodge, and he's going to feel pretty confident with the map control that Chiefs has that they're going to be able to complete this retake.
Definitely does show how confident Chiefs are in their retakes, and already they've managed to deal with Alistair and Ricky, and now Ustillo. So Valiance is all on his lonesome, and this is exactly why he's so happy to just take that initial pick and then back away. Chiefs are looking sublime here.
This is textbook Dust2, both on the T side and the CT side for Chiefs. They are looking absolutely unstoppable. Yep, there you go. Here is the Dust2 master.
Yeah, I mean, but that's why I'm still sort of questioning like the Dust2 pick, or was questioning at the start of this series. Like, it didn't seem like in the past it was one of the maps that Chiefs really tended to favor a lot. Like, they were happy to play it.
And they did favor it from time to time. It's just how well it worked out for them.
Yeah, I guess that's the key point, isn't it? 14 to 5. It's working out phenomenally right now.
Looking like Order wants to go for this delayed long hit. Again, he's found his way in towards long doors here. Trying to dunk someone with a nade. Not bad. Puts down Ricky to 85, which is going to make him 1Bable with an M4. Not really relevant because Humongous has got an AK. And I'm saying in the current form he's in, he's probably hitting nothing but heads. He's going to have to.
Yeah, as the rest of the Order roster starts to spill out of the long doors, APOC Dud comes across with a couple of those fancy flashbangs, and he does help Hugh out. I mean, yeah, it's a lot of the work being done by Hugh right now, but I think you have to give credit to the players that are enabling him. That's now the 3rd or 4th round that I've seen APOC Dud throw a really nice flash for Hugh, make his life easy, and Order just struggling to get out of long.
They haven't cleaned Hugh out of pit, and you can see the rest of Chiefs starting to mobilize in towards mid. Push up the mid area, but Hugh's unstoppable at the moment.
Eventually he is stopped by Ustillo, but he's done his job well enough. Smoke goes down on long, which will prevent Chiefs from really doing too much to deny this bomb plant. The bomb thrown over to Ustillo, and Skull just spams through the smoke. That's to the detriment of Ricky, and now it's on to Ustillo. 1-on-3, but they've lined up, and it's Jinx in a 1-on-1. He's gotten past Ustillo, though, so hold your horses. No time to get excited just yet. Jinx goes and grabs the AWP. You almost thought the 3-on-1 was a thing, but Unfortunately for Order, it's not. And Chiefs will go up to 15.
15 and 5. What a bloody game of Dust2 out of the Chiefs. Haven't put a single toe out of line so far, T side or CT side, and they've completely shut Order out of this one. Everything's gone their way. And I think Order, I would say they have been sort of outplayed just in terms of the preparation that Chiefs has had coming into this game. And everything that Chiefs has been throwing has been working out. So I don't think, you know, I would expect Order to step up a little bit more individually to try to deal with this kind of play. But at the same time, wait, is that smoke falling through the map? At the same time, though, it's just one of these games. You know, this can happen to any team on Dust2 where, you know, it's just Chiefs every single round. It's the correct strat. Every single time they're just getting in front of Order, staying one step ahead, and all of the individual players are on fire. And you can start to see blowouts on Dust2 like this. It's not too uncommon. Again, it's just another example of another aim duel going well for Chiefs. Double ult this time around. Skull's wielding the secondary instead of Hugh. Chiefs very much set up for a mid to B, but that won't be the play. Not a bad sort of gamble to be taking, considering the fact that they've been shutting down this A play. I mean, all you need is Apoc, Dud, and Hugh on this side of the map, don't you, Jordan?
Really?
Do you need anybody else?
I don't think so. Apoc Dud's been good for one so far, and Hugh has more or less cleaned up the rest.
Apoc Dud shoots one with the AWP and then throws a flashbang, and Hugh just goes mental. Recipe for success.
Here we go again. Order this time have themselves a smoke, and Apoc Dud, I think he was flashed, so he missed that first shot. Which will allow the bomb plat to go down. But again, you know, we're in that 5-on-4. The retake for Chiefs looked so good.
Ricky's going to be the key player here. This is the difference maker. He's got a bit of a flank over here. This duel with Hugh is going to have to go well for him if Order's going to get this round.
He'll have to deal with Apoc Dud as well. The flash, it's good, but Hugh goes a little bit too early and Ricky will spam through it. But information there for Chiefs that there is someone in the bedroom doors. Unfortunately, they're running out of time and they don't really have that much control. Now that Apoc Dud has gotten rid of Ricky, they can focus on the site, but you're exactly right. Gyra able to drop Apoc Dud, puts another spanner in the works here for Chiefs, and I really just think they've run out of time here. Surely they can't make this happen now. They're still committing to it, but Skull's going to have to back away, and perhaps goes down. He's a little too late. Yeah, Gyra will finish it off. It's not overly costly for Chiefs because they can still buy in the next round, but that seemed like they were sort of in two minds where they wanted to make the retake happen, but it just didn't happen fast enough.
Yeah, and that's a good example of Order starting to get a little bit warmed up, but I think it's just a little bit too late, unfortunately. You know, Chiefs, everything's gone right for them so far this game, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Order start to get warmed up, start to get a few more rounds back here, because it's not like they're necessarily playing bad at the moment. It's just Chiefs have come into this game full force, fully prepared, and shut them out of it before Order can really get themselves rolling. So Order, you know, let's see if they can pick a few back towards the end parts of this game and get themselves warmed up a little bit. It's good to see Gyra step up with a pretty nice round for himself.
I'm sure Chiefs wouldn't be too keen on letting Order come back into this, even if it were not to result in, you know, an actual round or anything like that. But a subsequent couple of rounds here.
It's a pretty low percentage that Order's going to be able to turn this around.
Of course, yeah. But even still, you know, Chiefs get the job done, make it clean, put it in the record book as a really good map. Well, single AWP setup again for Chiefs.
It's a B rush.
Will it work out as poorly as Chiefs' B rush?
They're going to go for contact. Taking their time. Jinx is anti-flash at Car already, so he's going to be the main man to shut this one down for Chiefs.
Skull doesn't really cop too much off of that flash. Jinx there as well, ready and waiting, but both are dealt with comfortably. Valiant and Saruki, good in the entries.
And this is a good example of, yeah, Chiefs were doing this all game long on the T side, right?
Yep.
Doesn't mean the Order can't do it right back to them.
Indeed. And this is where Chiefs are going to now have to go back on the save. Money has been more or less broken.
Any team could just roll in on Dust2 if you've got the right spawns, if you've got the right strat in mind up against what the CT defense is you know, going for, and you hit some clean entries. That's just it, you know, you can cut the map in half in terms of rotations, or a lot of the time, if you're really trying to focus on locking down that long A area on the CT side, you're committing a lot of players very far away from the B bomb site, and if the Ts just roll into B and hit a couple quick headshots like that, the round's over.
2 in a row for Order. Now the match point. They've got plenty of them, Chiefs.
Yeah, it's good. I don't think we're going to be seeing Order take it to overtime, but every round that they get back is sort of knocking the confidence of Chiefs. It's allowing them to sort of get themselves warmed up, moving into the next map. I think it's good just for Order to be able to take a few rounds here towards the tail end of this game.
Well, it definitely takes a bit of the shine off of this map for Chiefs. If they end up letting this go to sort of 16-10 or something like that, that's where you're going, okay, well, look, it was a good performance from Chiefs, but they kind of let their foot off the gas a little bit too soon. Decent spray in there from Mako, and Valiance and Gyro copper bullet each will push them down to one-shot headshot for the M4s.
On control established by Order. Istillo on the lurk there towards lowers. He's pressured from all sides. Not bad, a 1-for-1. But that's going to give Chiefs a lot of control of the map here. So Order, they're not going to wait for Chiefs to come around, flank behind them, take control. They're just going to go and try to get this bomb down on the A site.
Maker's going to spam through the smoke here and gets another couple of taps again onto Valiant and Gyro, who are now down around half. It's not overly critical damage, but it's useful damage. Alistair misses a shot there as well, and now he's really under pressure. 9 HP, surely doesn't get out of this one alive. Ricky will bail him out. Apok, Dart, and Humongous go down, and again, we're back to a reset situation. Chiefs have to save.
This is good stuff from Order. Really grinding this one back, really making Chiefs expend some energy, knocking their confidence a little bit more as every round sort of starts to crawl back for Order. Still a long way to go, though. You can't really take that overtime seriously until you see Order start to get to, 12, 13 rounds. So they've still got a couple more, 4 or 5 more rounds. All it takes is one good individual play or one sort of, the way I like to describe it on the CT side of Dust2 is kind of like scissors, paper, rock. It just needs to be one of those rounds where Chiefs throws scissors. They go for like a 4-man stack towards long and Order tries to take long control and gets shut down. Or they go for a B rush and there's just a nade stack or something like that, They run into a short setup.
Unlikely to be this round, though, for Chiefs. They do take those 2 weapons through, but nothing to really back it up. Just the pistols. Deagle and P250 for Skull and Humongous, respectively. Over towards their B site is the trend for Order in this round.
Chiefs just being passive with their economy. They're so far ahead, they can just let that loss bonus start to stack up. Nothing wrong with that.
Bit of a cheeky setup, though, for Chiefs. They are going to send Hugh in first. He's one of the players without a gun, and ideally the option there would be then to trade him down using Jinx or Maker. But they haven't run into any of the Order players who have just walked into the B site and got the bomb plant down. So now on an expedition searching for maybe a couple of weapons that they can pick up. Gyro just going to hold on here to the T-spawn and ensure that he won't be giving over an AWP to any of the Chiefs players.
And this is where it sort of starts to set in when you get into a best-of-3 series like this against a top opponent domestically. It's not a sprint. Chiefs have already won the sprint for sure. It's a bit of a marathon when it comes into these best-of-3s, when these games start to become a little bit of a grind. And we know that Chiefs, they're quite an inconsistent team. They're very, very streaky. Sometimes they can absolutely smash their opponents like we've seen at the start of Dust2 here. But once they move on to train, once we move deeper into this best-of-3 series, are they going to have the stamina to be able to shut the rest of this series out and actually complete this upset? Because I'd say Dust2 is theirs. They've earned it. They've already earned it in the last couple of rounds in the starting parts of this game.
Yep.
But they need to be able to capitalize.
I don't want to like cast a curse this or anything yet. I don't want to say anything about Order. But when you say Chiefs have earned it, they haven't earned it yet. They're on 15. They're not on 16. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to touch on it anymore. At least for now. They do have that double AWP set up on the CT side. And Order have been negotiating these rounds pretty comfortably, but this is a change-up from Chiefs that now Order have to start thinking again and figuring out what they need to do.
Double AWP. Could be the difference maker, that's for sure. The AWP back plat. Got APOC, Dud, and Hugh on the A side of the map. And again, they're pretty comfortable just leaving them there. And Maker's going to be the man who's sort of minding mid. Trying to catch anybody being over-aggressive. Trying to maintain that there's some information and some control over those mid doors so that Order can't easily just cut the map in half. And that's exactly what they plan to do, Jordan. Looking like a mid to be. So it's going to be on Maker to see if he can try to control how many players come out middle for Order. And let's see how effective these flashbangs are. They can't let Skull get a pick here with this AWP on platform.
Well, they're lining a few of them up. The flash, it is Skull to get one, but he's effectively traded down. And if they can deal with Jinx comfortably, that'll make huge inroads into the B bomb site. Maker immediately dives away from the window. Orders once again cracked that nut. And they'll now look to place the bomb down. Chiefs are hanging around, but I'm not sure how eager they're really going to be to go for a retake, given their economic situation right now.
It's a difficult bomb site to retake, always. So no point throwing away extra guns, trying to force a retake into that B bomb site. You've got a lot of loss bonus here, Chiefs. You're looking at someone like Skull Hunter, who's got 2.4k in the bank. Maker's got 3.5. You can very easily just put together another buy in the next round. Look, the entries didn't go well for you. You got 1 for 1 on platform there. Valiant's hit some very clean headshots. You just got to give it to Order. And they've made it onto double digits now, Jordan.
This will be a 5th in a row for Order. So 15-5 was the scoreline. 5 map points so far for Chiefs. 5 remain.
You got a little smile on your face.
I don't know which way I want this game to go. Like, do I want Chiefs to win the map, or do I want Order to come back and put it into overtime?
I don't think you have to take a side. I feel bad taking a side. I just want, can we just give them, just let them all win?
From a viewership perspective, what's better? Ooh, that's a nice shot from Alistair through the doors.
I think it's good to see Chiefs recover for some bad form. I don't want to see them just capitulate. They're too good. Looks like it's going to be a fight over long.
Uh-oh.
1 for 1 so far, Jordan.
Gyra's in a pretty awkward position here as well, and seems like Chiefs are pretty well aware that he is behind blue box.
In the meantime, though, you're seeing the rest of Order just dive straight out mid. Gyra's even got that pick onto Maker, but Skull's under a lot of pressure here.
Needs more than that first one. Alistair down early, but there's more to contest with. Gets run over by Ustillo, but he might have actually done enough to cause a bit of an upset in this round.
Gyra's over here at middle. APOC Dud very well aware that he should be crossing back, but he's just held a little bit. And now it's going to be Ustillo trying to hold down the bomb site by himself. Mollied out of position. This could go horribly.
Yeah, he's going to have to take that peek. APOC Dud is close, and Ustillo, he's, I think, been heard, but APOC Dud, he hits the shot on the jump. Gyra's not going to get there in time. He's been spotted, and I think that's going to be the map over. Surely it is. Chiefs go up 16-10, a chaotic final round.